Too late. We're already in the thick.
Coming down and watching us live so we get more people here, right?
Yeah.
Make this a thing.
I'm with you.
Can you make this a thing? Yeah. The bar is empty, by the way. Just pointing it out.
That's what I'm saying.
I know. I just...
Who's the dick?
I want to know where all our fans are. I don't understand. There's
Bob.
like thousands of people listening and watching. Why don't they hear live?
Why the hell did you tell me that? What? There's a gross flavor. I don't know. Oh, it's like
You get what you pay for.
What was the gross flavor? What did you just put in your mouth? A dingleberry?
yeah.
Hang on one second.
Please tell me that was on the coming soon.
Hey. Hey. Item 100.
Oh, that's funny.
What?
Can't have those on.
What do you mean you can't have those on there?
No.
They don't know what they are.
Do not fuck with me on that, please.
No, that's
Can't
not
have them on there.
Can I open one during the show or no?
Nope. You
Okay.
can open your own beer.
That's why we have these right here.
Any
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Just
it's
making sure. I mean,
yeah, but as much as I appreciate that it would be a prop, it's pushing it too far.
Did you type this up?
what if you sold them
This is
here?
the first time I've ever actually. I was sitting in town and country. I was like, you know what, fuck. I'm just gonna do a little bit of research.
You hit me up like 20 minutes late, man.
I know. I mean, maybe you started eating about 20 minutes early.
There's that.
There.
I would have enjoyed Town and Country more.
All
And
right, we're
Sarah
good.
Stimpy on Town and Country, so I was pissed even more because you said Town
You guys ready?
Not really, but all right. Here we go. Never ready. Always ready.
Hey guys, welcome to the BS&S show. I don't know if you guys missed us, but we were gone for last week. It was a holiday.
Easter Sunday.
Sometimes you got to take a little time, spend some time with the family. And we actually thought about doing a remote show where we were at,
I
but
still feel like we should have.
yeah, I mean these two could have held it down for us.
Tony,
but I mean,
Tony and I sat here and talked.
these,
Our production crew was out of town as well. So
yeah.
that
Well, I
couldn't
mean,
have
oh, God
worked.
forbid
Yeah.
you guys had to
But
do
we
something
could-
on your
we
own.
could be our own
Yeah.
production. God forbid.
Jesus Christ.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I do hereby formally propose the concept, ideally, of whatever the fuck. It is, dude. Next time we should do like a check-in, like Facebook Live thing. You just
Yeah.
got a phone.
We should
All
have
you
done
gotta do
it.
is just hold up a Facebook Live phone. You know.
We
You
talked
guys
about
should have
it.
seen it.
I'm going to Vegas in June. We're going to figure that out. by
We'll
then.
figure that out.
I don't know.
Totally.
I don't know if Hanks told you, but we were like on the. It was like the Augusta of the Serengeti where we were at. It was an amazing
Ranch.
golf course.
Boot Ranch.
Yeah, the Boot Ranch Golf Course in
Boot
Fredericksburg,
Ranch.
Texas. Holy shit, we were absolute peasants out there. There's
How'd
no
you shoot?
reason.
Peasants.
There's no reason Hank and I should have been on that golf course.
Really
Wow,
nice.
surfs.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
hey,
no,
we felt
truly.
real special.
Utterly hacks.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I mean,
We were hitting it about 5 yards at a time. It was great.
What?
yeah. So,
Great.
So Bob, this will tell you something. Cyrus and I went out there. We bought a brand new dozen of balls, and we probably found about a dozen or so along the way. We still ran out of balls
Yeah.
by hole 17.
Absolutely,
Wow.
absolutely. We went through 24 balls easy.
And
It might even be more than that.
Dude,
Yeah.
and what was his name? Gave us some balls. We were out there shooting.
Yeah,
around.
absolutely.
What was his name?
I lost the driving range balls. I don't know where those ones went. It was like,
Yeah, they give you 50
yeah,
of them.
yeah. I mean, the
what
driving
hell
range
did
was
we
pretty
lose all
open, but the ones that were coming off my tee were going behind me over, and it was nuts. It was the epitome of a shit show.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine the people that were there watching us were like,
The hell's wrong
"Who the
with these
fuck
guys?
invited these guys?"
All right. Speaking of fuck, how about the disclaimer?
Anyway.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
I
sorry,
guess
yeah.
we've got an intro to do.
There's been a time or two where we've known to say fuck, shit, damn. I don't know if anyone really cares about that.
Balls.
Yeah, I don't think anyone cares about that either. But
Balls.
Yeah.
Vulva.
If you do care, I'm sorry,
Vulva.
but we'll say it. We'll continue to say it.
Turn the channel.
So today we are sponsored by the Great Exchange and beer and shots and anything.
Should we
any
just do these damn
any
things?
any
Yeah.
any
Get
sort
it
of
out the
thing
way.
that maybe
We'll have to get some more later,
any sort of thing
obviously.
that Bob has brought as a prop.
Any
Cheers.
Sort of thing that Bob brought us up.
Yeah.
Hey, here's
We're
episode-
sponsored by them,
hey,
too.
Hey, lucky number 13.
This is lucky number 13.
Lucky
God
number 13.
bless
There you
it.
go. Oh, geez.
Hey,
roll.
we need
Thank God
more
it's
of you
not
guys to
Friday.
come and sit here and watch us do this because we don't just do this just to drink and talk to nobody.
That's one of the perks.
We kinda
What up,
do.
Bert?
But anyway.
Yeah,
So
buddy.
wow,
Get 'em.
that was a little stronger than I expected, boys and girls.
I can already tell this is going to be an interesting.
That
So
was just perfect.
just so we can get through this introductions here. To my left is Bob. Every Florida person drafted is probably going to be the next Tim Tebow.
Oh, yeah. We got this jersey right there, by the way.
Can you imagine how much it would suck to be stuck getting the next Tim Tebow for the rest of your
Jesus. Yeah,
Better
it's-
than having the next Johnny
think,
Manziel.
think about how Josh Rosen feels right now.
Yeah, he already got traded.
Yeah, Josh Rosen had 1 year to prove himself, and he already got busted out. And next to Bob is Tony. I swung the golf clubs, and now I can never do it again because I'm old and my shoulder hurts.
My arms are hanging by my sides. They're just kind of propped up here. They're just resting. There's very little movement. Thanks. Nice to see you
But
again today.
I will tell you this, and I will give you dabs where they're due. This guy can fucking rifle it. Like, the sound of the clubs he was swinging yesterday, it was almost like the gunshots that you hear kind of when Happy Gilmore would swing it. It's like, pew! Yeah, that's what it sounded like. So, and Tony talked shit about how good of a golfer he is, and I actually, just seeing his swings in the driving, I was impressed. So.
I will say you did beat me on the close to the pin one time.
I did that once.
That was nice. It was
and
well played.
That was luck. That was
well
luck,
struck.
But, yeah.
Well struck ball.
And I think I was using a beggar.
I think you had a 6 iron when it needed a wedge, but hey, either way, you got there and you were
do what you
within
gotta
20
do.
feet. It was perfect.
I've golfed before with a driver on a par 3 that was 176. So
nothing wrong with that as long as you hit it straight.
And then at the end is Hank. I hate Kawhi Leonard, but he's still playing. Harrison, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay. And then our silent man, the guy that keeps the lights on and makes sure the wheels don't fall off this bus too much. J-Rock, you guys can't see him, but give J-Rock some love.
Hell yeah, to the
Golf
EP.
clap,
Golf clap for J-Rock. Golf clap for J-Rock.
Mr. Jeremy Wells.
Thanks for still putting up with us after 13 episodes. I don't know how the fuck you do it because I can barely do it. And I'm up here, and I'm one of these assholes. So, anyway,
anybody out there watching, make sure I can see you live right here. Text me any questions, Facebook me live. We'll answer anything you have out there, other than the color of Cyrus's pubic hair. So.
Yeah, no, don't do that. There isn't any.
Oh,
hey, real quick. Can I give a quick shout out, real quick?
Sure, you can do whatever you want.
Damn right, fuck it. So. If anybody's voting for Coastal Bend best, vote for Revolve One podcast. They just they're just getting going. They've been running for a while and they've been really kicking some ass. They do some episodes here.
Do they like us?
Well, it's a little different, but it's poetry. It really is. It's
okay.
a kick-ass podcast. Anyway, just giving them a quick shout out.
Hey, I'm giving you a shout out, but you got to give us a shout out because poetry's cool, but sports talk is cooler.
Better. Better.
Anyway, so
all right, what have we missed in the last 2 weeks, brother? What have we missed?
So I don't. Like I said before, we've been off the grid a little bit. Hey, every time we're on the fucking show, someone breaks something or spills something.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's your bar, man. I don't whatever.
Never a dull moment.
So we missed a few things, and I think one of the biggest things, and this could be in our lifetime, fellas. One of the biggest, craziest comeback stories came to fruition 2 weeks ago now.
Yes, sir.
2 Sundays ago. And holy shit, did Tiger Woods, did he bring the heat, and did he make everybody tear up at the end of the Masters?
I mean,
that was crazy. And
it was one of the best things I've ever seen.
Who was that? Was CBS?
7 of the best holes I've ever seen played.
Always.
Who's CBS? I'm not a big CBS guy, but they fucking killed it. Like they caught everything, the emotion, everything was right there. It was like
kids.
He had the kids hugging him, just like he was hugging his dad, like all that stuff. Like it's amazing.
I realize we haven't even seen those kids in 10 years, 11 years. That's how long they look like, actual people.
You're like,
bigger,
who are these adults he's hugging?
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Is that his wife or his daughter? I don't know. Like, it's like it's crazy.
I mean, think
Clearly
about
not his wife.
He's got a sex scandal. He's got clubs being swung at him by his wife, who, God
Yeah.
love her, that sounds terrible.
Broke out the windows of his vehicle. She face stomped him. Like,
Guy had a bad back. He had he couldn't even walk a couple years ago. He had a DUI.
He changed his swing 3 times.
He says it was painkillers. I think that we all.
he had a problem with the Perkins and Red Lobster waitresses.
We all have a problem with Perkins and Red Lobster waitresses. Come on.
rules.
Red
Touch
Lobster.
my Percocets. Do you have any fucking Percocets?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he could have scripted it any. First off, you can't say there was any bigger fall from grace. If there is, I don't know one besides like maybe OJ or something.
He was the most,
that was crazy.
OJ
was never the most recognized athlete in the entire
Exactly.
world.
No.
And
Tiger Woods was.
what Tiger
He
Woods
still
did
kinda
for the
is.
sport, and then what happened, and his kind of like he started this falling, and like maybe his back was failing him, and then it was the painkillers, and then it was the I'm gonna sleep with everybody because I'm fucking Tiger Woods.
Sex
and then,
addiction.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
it's-
can you blame the man?
I mean, but then it was like
I'm still trying to get over that.
no one, including me, no one thought he could be.
I see him at the meetings.
No one thought he could be king of the world again, and 2 Sundays ago he was. There's no doubt about it.
And I'm telling you right
And
now,
everybody felt that.
I don't think this is going away. I think he can win another couple this
Do you
year.
think he wins 18?
He's going to
18
win.
majors.
I say yes right now to 18 majors.
I love it. I love it.
right now. That's 3 more
But
in the next 6 years.
Let's talk
he,
about
he
that.
is in better shape at 44 than Jack Nicklaus
true.
ever
Oh,
is.
oh, for sure.
Or
That's
has
no
been.
doubt. That's
and
no doubt.
Nicklaus won his last one at 46.
How much
and that
time
was
does he have to get 18?
He has 6
16
years to
years
get
before
3
he gets
more
50, and then
majors.
he got to start over.
Okay. So let's talk about
still
the.
play at 60. I mean,
No, you can't.
50,
Well, I mean, he
yeah.
could win one as a senior, but on the regular tour, he has 6 years.
So that's how they added up. They counted as when you're prior to 50.
Actually, no. Actually, that's not
Unless
true.
you win a Masters,
That's not
but
true.
nobody's ever a major, but nobody's ever done it.
I don't know how the golf rules work. I'm sorry.
So if you win a major at 50, you can come back the next year. It could,
If you win the Masters, you can come back every year
year.
until the day you die. If you win the U.S. Open, I think you have 5 or 10 years
Yeah.
grandfathered. And if you
Oh,
win the
okay,
British
so
Open, you have 5 or 10 years.
Oh,
grandfathered.
okay. So if you win a Masters, like if you're 90, you can go play
He
a
could still
Masters.
go play and qualify and win and get. He
Oh,
would be.
shit.
He could still win.
He
Yeah.
can keep playing.
Dang.
That's
Yeah.
why
He's
we
got the
see
jacket.
Tom Watson.
Hey, that's a good old boy network if I've ever seen one.
Damn right. There's only a handful of people that have the
Goddamn
green
right.
jacket.
Yeah, but
you
I
know?
mean, this. Anyway,
Yeah.
so let's talk about the actual tournament itself, boys. Because I honestly, I didn't see that much of it. I tuned in. The biggest chunk of time I tuned in was right when the drama started getting ratcheted up, which
drama.
was hole 12 on Sunday.
Yeah, well,
You're
because they
saying-
had to. They
There
showed
you
it
go.
so freaking
Amen
early.
corner.
Yeah.
Everybody
Amen
was
corner,
waiting
baby.
until like 10 or 11 for it to
Yeah.
start. It started
Yeah.
at 8 in the morning.
It was way early.
I turned it on, I think, at hole 11, but then for hole 11 for Tiger and Molinari and Finau, and then or Finau, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And anyway, I turned it on and I'm watching it, and then I'm sitting there and I'm watching what's happening, and the Finau and Molinari, they just. I don't know what happened.
They crumbled.
They
Tiger Woods
folded under pressure
Tiger
on
Woods'
hole 12.
intimidation factor and his presence on the course completely came
Yeah.
back from where it was 10 years ago. Those players crumbled around him, ahead of him, and in his own group, and they just fell off. And Tiger just said,
Yeah.
"You know what? All I have to do
Yeah.
is focus. All I have to do is hit par, maybe a birdie, par."
He
Boom.
watched them, and
bogeyed the 18
for
to
me,
win
a
the
guy
damn
that doesn't
thing.
watch that much, I was watching that. Tiger looked cool as a cucumber, and those two
Oh,
looked
eye
like
of the
they were.
tiger.
Those two looked
No
like they
pun
were
intended.
like
They were scrambling,
in-
man.
They were struggling. They were in shambles. They looked like. I mean, they both went like, poof, and it went ding 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 blink, ding 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 blink. Both of them hit the same shot right in the drink.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
Tiger's like,
exactly.
"Hey, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna lay up, and then I'm gonna be fine." And then that's what they both double bogeyed, right?
Yeah.
And Tiger
Yeah.
parred. So I mean, that's where the whole swing happened.
That's a 3 strokes swing
Yeah,
right
it
there.
was-
When Tiger was down,
Cool as a cucumber,
Tiger
man.
was 10 under, and Molinari was 13 under at that point. And that brought him to even
Yep.
right there. And
Yeah.
Now
And
one
then
behind.
you know what happens when you do that to a guy like Tiger who's
Boom.
been through this before? Hey, momentum swing.
He
You're
shoves that
done.
pitching wedge right
You're
up your
done.
ass, and you can't do
Yeah,
anything
he
about
saw
it. Yeah.
he saw you fuck up. He saw that he's got you in his chokehold now, and you know what he did? He just walked right to the
Hey
end.
guys, I want to say something real quick. Apparently, Bob has a booger, according to Chris Gonzalez here. Just want to
Oh
point that out.
man,
Bob,
what
you
the
might
hell,
have a booger.
Bob?
I got a
Booger Bob.
booger. What?
I'm gonna start calling him Booger Bob.
Thanks, Chris, for the update. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks,
Thank you
buddy.
for
Keep
watching.
life interesting.
Yeah.
Booger,
Anyway,
take
so
care.
back to the situation at hand. Yeah, I mean, I've never seen anyone more cold-blooded than what Tiger did after hole 12. Just cool as a cucumber, walked
man.
it all the way down and said, "Fuck this. This is mine now. you
Dude,
guys are
so-
done."
It was
So-
impressive.
Yeah,
so,
it was.
let me
That's what champions do.
There are more than 2 people that want to talk about this damn thing. So
Jump in, buddy.
I know, but you keep complaining about people talking over each other, host.
So sorry.
So.
Let me stage my mic.
You know what my favorite part about this is even after that choke and after hole 12. I mean, Tiger had the eye of the tiger, no doubt, of course. But I mean, 15th hole, there were 5 players on the last group on the 15th hole. 5 players tied for first. And naturally, exactly like what you're saying. I mean, he had the experience and the patience and the knowledge to do it. Everybody else was intimidated by the fact that he was there. I mean, do you think that there will be another player like Tiger Woods, regardless of what happens for the rest of his career, in our lifetimes?
Probably not. Maybe when I'm like 70.
Yeah, and
so
I'm
like
like
30
40.
years. Yeah. Fuck yourself. Yeah.
What I saw him do was like laser focus, lights out. You guys are fucking done. You could tell after the 12.
yeah, he was
it was
focused.
no chance. Those guys were put to bed. He was taking it down. There was
J
no
Rock
shot.
says Steve-O needs
That's
to
what
turn
I
up
saw.
Hank.
I mean, you guys probably saw similar things. Than what
Steve-O says turn up Hank.
Uh-oh.
Or maybe you just need to talk louder.
Suck it, Steve-O.
Suck it,
Give us some
Steve-O.
comments. Give us something better than that.
Yeah, let's focus the comments on sports, not our appearance or the sound.
Hey
of
man,
our
I'm
voice.
just reading what the crowd's
I
giving
know,
us.
I'm telling
That's all.
the people
so
there.
back to
I'm
sports.
trying to respond to the people.
So speaking of a shit ton of experience coming out and showing itself in a game about the mind, can we transition to the NBA for just a little bit?
Oh shit, yeah.
Please.
So all right. So we've got. I mean, you obviously know what I'm going to start talking about right off the bat.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, just like with the NCAA tourney, Hank was right so far about San Antonio.
Just like everything, I've never been wrong.
I will say this, and just to preface it,
I'm
the
wrong all the
NBA
time.
is non-parity right now. All the favorites are winning, except the one that Hank called.
And you know why? Because it's experience. Because they were able to sneak into that 7th seed, dodge the Golden State Warriors. There are only 2 teams that right now off the bat that I feel real confident that could beat the Spurs. And it all comes down to tonight, right? I mean, it's Popovich. He's in an away stadium.
Who's Denver's coach?
I fucking forget. What's his name again?
Is it D'Antonio?
Is it?
Wait, who?
No.
Oh, Houston. I know. I just saw D'Antonio's presser.
So
That's
the
why I was
fucking
trying to think.
it's Malone, Michael Malone.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
so,
okay, yeah.
But here's the thing: it's not Greg Popovich. I mean, how many like Game 7s has Denver ever been to in their entire franchise history? I guarantee you, it's probably not as many as Popovich has been in the last decade.
There's two head coaches. Steve Kerr is up there. I think there's 3 now. I put Steve Kerr,
Doc
Popovich,
Rivers.
and Zen Master. Those are the 3.
yeah.
You know, those are the 3.
Lifetime?
Yeah, I'm saying like I'm saying like guys that I trust in the Game 7 that are going to get their team up and probably, you know, even in this situation where it's a 2 versus 7, they've got Denver on the ropes essentially.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
every other favorite has been let's look at it. Milwaukee sweeps Detroit, Boston sweeps Indianapolis, 76ers pretty much 5-game sweeps Brooklyn, Toronto 5-game sweeps Orlando, Golden State. LA, yeah, that was an interesting series.
Right.
That
Great
actually got a little interesting. The Rockets, they took out Utah with ease. Same with Portland and OKC. That was the one I actually had a lot more hope for, was Portland and OKC.
I'm so glad Westbrook's sitting at home watching.
God, that guy is he's so salty. That guy's a salty man.
You know what? At
really
first,
is.
I was thinking that his talent level and his energy level was going to push them over. I even said it to Tweeter when he was sitting right over there. I was like, dude, I think the Thunder's going to surprise everybody. I was thinking because of Westbrook, and then all of a sudden it was just sort of like, never fucking mind.
Never did a thing.
Like
Yeah.
fucking
And
never
you know
mind.
what?
Sorry, Tweeter.
I mean, he's spending too much time thinking about himself. He's spending too much time being pissed off at the world.
Yeah.
It's like, man, shut the fuck up. Kevin Durant's gonna come crying back to you one of these days anyway. Just chill out.
And he's a lot more salty and a lot more arrogant than I actually thought he was, which is just saying a lot because I thought he was an arrogant prick to begin with. But after his comments saying about like basically like no one comes in, game out, and does what I do. Like no one has my talent level.
Yeah, right.
Like,
It's like,
all
man,
the
shut the
shit
fuck
that
up
he's
and play
saying.
the
Like,
game.
like, dude, you just got knocked out in the first round again. And you had Paul George.
Can you
like,
imagine what a coach like Popovich, a coach like Belichick, a Bill Parcells, something like that? Can you imagine?
Shut
a coach
up,
like,
kid.
They
You know,
would've been
you know
like,
what they do?
Listen, player.
They'd work with him 1 year, and then they figure out a way to get him the fuck off their team.
You're exactly
because
right.
He cannot.
So all right, so
work in that
I
job.
want
Well,
to
they're
say
not selling tickets in OKC without Russell Westbrook.
all right, so check this out. If you could trade this particular Game 7 for 3 games out of the Milwaukee Boston series or the Philly Toronto series, would you do it?
Rephrase that question. Say it again.
If you had to trade watching 3 games from either one of those series in order to just watch this one game, would you do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is going to be a ridiculous game. I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking about a very young Denver team. It's a young team that surrounds an experienced core. But I mean, you're talking about players that are really going to be able to whoop some ass. I mean, like, all right, so if Nikola can hold it down in the middle, if he can hold down the paint and he actually gets some help, doesn't have to put up like 40 points plus in order to lose the game because nobody else is helping him. I mean, dude, it's going to be a terrifying thing. But I tell you what. Nobody's ever looked across the court at Popovich and felt comfortable about themselves unless they're on his team.
No.
It just does not happen.
He's
it
not
just
a
does
friendly
not,
guy either. Like.
So here's
Yeah,
the
he
thing.
doesn't smile ever.
So Denver is favored by 6 points in this game. Does anybody want to make a bet? I got $20 on it right now. Anybody?
Denver's
anybody?
favored by 6?
Denver's
yeah,
favored by
I'll
6.
take San Antonio
Is that
minus
home?
6. I'll be on your
No,
side on that.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to find somebody to bet against. Denver.
Or Denver. I'm sorry, San
Papiz
Antonio
got
plus 6. I'm all about that.
Hey, Papiz, you got any comments on the NBA or any? You got any thoughts on any of this shit? We got a guest mic for you. He's like, nah, I'm sorry.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm good.
So
What I do want one thing I wanted to bring up because I thought it was the epitome, like we talked about cold-blooded earlier, but the epitome of cold-blooded was Dame Lillard. Holy shit, dropping that 3 from like half court
Good
with
Lord.
Paul George in his
Damn.
face to seal the victory.
That was
That
insane.
was
And then he drops down and goes,
That was insane.
Yeah, bye, good night, bitches.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye. That was dude, Dave Lillard doesn't get as much credit as he deserves. He's been on Portland for a long time, and they're not a big market, but that dude is cold. That was amazing.
Hey Jay, Facebook just said I can't play this video. Does that mean we're still good? Hey man, I'm just asking.
So,
My phone's jacked up.
So the
out of the
next
teams still on the
rounds, go
board.
ahead.
Out of the teams still on the board. All right. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna just I think it is fair to say that it's real tough to just sort of predict who's gonna win this game, Denver and San Antonio. But so like
I'm with you, man. I love San Antonio.
Including either of those teams in this, because I hate to include two teams in one bracket conversation, but hypothetically, if either one of those teams got past this and they're in the next round, so we're looking at Golden State, Houston. That's obviously going to be the most incredible damn series anybody's
That's
ever
going to
seen.
be a beautiful series.
I mean, that's going to be nuts. But hypothetically, those two teams, Portland, Denver, San Antonio, Milwaukee, Boston, Philly, and Toronto. Give me your top two, top three. I mean, what do you think? I mean, where's
I'm excited for Toronto Sixers, and then if San Antonio gets past this, I'm excited for San Antonio Portland, and I'm excited for Golden State Rockets. I don't really give a shit. I don't really give a shit about Philly and Milwaukee and Boston because
we're going to see
fuck
Steph,
both those teams.
James Harden, and Kevin Durant all on the same court at the same time.
What I love about Milwaukee is the Greek freak Giannis or whatever. Like I love that guy. I could watch him all night. That guy is fucking awesome. In Game 4, sweeping the Pistons, he went for like 40, and he was out there even though they were crushing us. Like I mean, that guy is amazing. But I just think it's incredible how every single favorite advanced in pretty much like convincing fashion, except for Denver, who's struggled mightily against San Antonio and Popovich's system. Like, and if San Antonio gets past this, like I'm scared about.
Can I make a bold prediction? A quick one,
Go
quick and
for
easy
it.
one. San Antonio's bench puts up over 30 points in this game.
I won't argue
I don't
it.
think that's a very.
Yeah. What do you think, Bob? You got any input on it?
40 points? What do you want? I mean, the system's going to win the game.
NBA, not so much.
100?
The last couple of days, I've been like glued to
not
the
that
NBA or NFL for the draft, of course. So it's not like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
there,
got you. I
so,
got you. I got you.
I've not paid that much attention. However, I did watch the game when they won on Game 6, so we'll find out tonight what happens.
Who's been the MVP of the round one for you?
Across
Hank.
everything, or just San Antonio, Denver?
You could give both. Your favorite game plus what you've seen out there.
I don't know, man. I'm pissed off at everybody.
Durant
in the
lights
NBA.
outing it, getting put 50 up
I'll tell
last
you what,
night or whatever.
Simmons
it was.
without
Yeah.
Embiid in Game 4. That was a nice performance. I really
and
that was surprising.
they were giving Simmons shit, right?
You know what?
He
Fuck
couldn't
it.
perform in the
I'm saying
playoffs.
Craig damn Popovich. That's what the MVP is. I mean, who else is actually able to play the game? I mean, look. I mean, look at all these series. They're all shutouts, or the winner drops one game. There's let's see, Golden State dropped 2 games against the Clippers because the Clippers are badass, honestly.
Yeah, I was impressed by the Clip.
The only competitive series is the one being run by Greg Popovich from the 7th seed to the 2nd. So I'm gonna say it again. Popovich is the guy.
And do you think that's more of a
Yes,
more of
he
a
is.
Greg Popovich thing, or do you think that's
Popovich.
more of a Denver not deserving to be a 2 seed?
Ooh, that's tough. I really do think that Denver does deserve to be a 2 seed. I think they're a really solid team.
It's a young team.
It's a really young team, but I think they ran into is there any team on this board in the entire playoffs that's been in the playoffs more in the last 15 years than the Spurs?
In the 15 years? No, probably not.
Nobody in this game is more
No,
experienced
maybe
than
Boston, but that's about it.
No, Boston. That's a good point. Boston might be there.
Because Boston's been there since the mid 2000s, just like with the Pistons when they were going up against the Pistons.
Anyway, I'm just excited.
It's good, man. I'm glad. I'm glad because I know you're a big Spurs guy, and I think it's funny that not only did the Spurs make a series of it, and it's going to a Game 7. We'll see what happens, but they're the only underdog that made a series of it.
Yep.
The only underdog.
Because
one underdog came to play.
The Clippers tried.
Yeah,
The Clippers tried.
Hey, and the Clippers are up against one of the best teams ever assembled.
Yeah.
I mean, they did what they could do, and I think the Clippers long term are going to be fucking stellar. I think they're going to have a good team going
Has
forward.
said no one ever in the history of the NBA. But
I think
yes,
they're
well predicted.
I think they're putting a good team together.
That's
I think
because
they're going
back
to be
when
all
you were
right.
growing up, Kobe and Shaq had just arrived in L.A.
When I was growing up, Dr. J was just arriving.
Jesus
man.
Christ.
Hey, Cyrus, so what about underdogs in the
The
NHL?
dunk wasn't a legal shot.
We were clogs for shooting.
Peach baskets were a real thing.
Yeah, all right. So we'll move on, boys. We'll go to the NHL, and holy shit, you want to talk about favorites?
Talk about some parody.
Yeah. This is parody if we've ever seen it. All right, so let's start at the beginning here. Let's start at the biggest one here.
This is a big topic.
The Columbus Blue Jackets, the number 8 seed that just barely squeaked into the playoffs.
Who saw that coming?
They fucking swept Tampa Bay. Swept them. And Tampa Bay, who has the second best team, tied for the first best team ever recorded in the history of the NHL. Regular season, they had 62 wins. That's fucking insane. And they got swept out of the first round by Columbus Blue Jackets. John Tortorella, Jarmo Kekalainen, the guys that put that team together, They stifled Tampa, and Tampa maybe just ran out of juice. They went all the way through, and you could tell in the press conferences.
They choked. They didn't run out of juice.
Dude, these guys had no response for Columbus, and they were winning 3-0. Tampa was winning 3-0 in the first period of game. Actually, until midway through the second period of game 1, and Columbus just. They got their shit together. They came back. They scored 4 unanswered. They took game 1, and Tampa was shook, and they never recovered. And now they're sitting at home playing on the golf course down in Florida. R.I.P. to the Tampa Bay Lightning, who were supposed to be the favorites to ride all the way to the Cup, out in the first round. What the fuck?
Bam.
Bigger story than that. I don't know how you get much bigger than that, but listen, it might even just be equal. 4 number 1, so the number 1 team in each division, all knocked out in the first round. That's fucking crazy. Capitals out, defending Stanley Cup champions. They're gone.
I'm surprised about that.
Tampa, they gone. Nashville Predators, number 1 team in their division, they're gone. And Calgary Flames, God bless the Colorado Avalanche. Pretty much 5-game sweep. The Calgary Flames out. So all 4 of your division winners, the number 1s and 2s in the East and West, are all gone, boys.
That's crazy,
Lights
man.
out.
That's first, I think.
That is parody if I've ever seen it. A number 1
Has that ever happened?
A number 8 and a number 1 can tango, and Jesus Christ, this is
Has
crazy.
that ever happened?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I know it hasn't happened in any other sport.
Not in the format
Yeah.
that's currently in right now. It's very rare that a number 8 takes out a number 1, and it happened in both. And the 7s took out the number 2s also. That's fucking crazy.
So other than the Jackets, what's your biggest surprise? Your biggest surprise?
Probably Colorado taking out Calgary. I thought Calgary was going all the way to the finals.
Yeah.
You have Vegas moving on.
Oh yeah. In Vegas, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But the Calgary, it'd probably be either Calgary losing to Colorado or Dallas taking out the Predators. The Predators were another favorite to win the Cup, and Dallas, fuck, dude, Dallas is like, yeah. Right. Hey, I mean, this is crazy. I mean, they pretty much handled the Predators. The Predators looked old and slow.
Do you think the Blues? You think the Blues are going to knock Dallas off, or you think Dallas is going?
No. I think it. I mean, the Blues took game 1. I think Dallas is winning right now. I don't have the score in front of me.
Oh, yeah, that's shit.
I think Dallas is winning right now, so I think that's going to be a 7-game series. But if you guys were
3-2, 13 left to go in the third period.
Dallas is winning.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Carolina taking out Capitals is also huge. I mean, the Capitals are defending Stanley Cup champion. How about New York Islanders sweeping the Penguins? The Penguins look. Speaking of old and slow, God. Sidney Crosby. I don't think he got a point. He might have gotten an assist. The Malkin didn't get a point, or he didn't get very many. I think he had 2 points. Like, I mean, the Penguins are just. I mean, whatever. But if you guys will remember, I told you at the beginning, the Sharks and the Vegas Golden Knights was my series to watch, and that game that series went 7. And the Vegas Golden Knights.
That was a wicked last game. I watched it.
And the Vegas Golden Knights had a 3-1 lead on that. And the Sharks battled back. They put it to a game 7. And there was some controversy. Well, just to say the least. Like, Vegas is winning. They're 3-0 winning with 10 minutes left in the game. And there's a scrum after a face-off. And a guy, Joe Pavelski, he gets pushed. His stick might have been high, whatever, but he falls down, he hits his head, he's bleeding everywhere, he's concussed. They take him off the ice on a stretcher, and they call a 5-minute match penalty for basically this guy pushing the other guy because of an injury. So it's not a 5-minute match penalty in a game misconduct normally, but because it was a game 7 and the crowd was going crazy and the refs didn't know what to do, they huddled up and they called a match penalty, 5 minutes, and kicked the guy out of the game. It was Cody Eakin. And the ensuing power play, 5 minutes power play. You cannot, even if you score a goal, the power play stays on a 5-minute match penalty. Sharks scored 4 unanswered goals because of that penalty and took the lead in the game. And Vegas was absolutely shook in a Game 7 in which they had control with 10 minutes left in the game, and a bad call got turned into basically a swing. Swing. Yeah. And Vegas got a goal late in the game to put it into overtime, but I'm surprised they even did that. And then the Sharks sealed it in overtime. Cool in
a situation like that? Like these
4 goals in like 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah,
it was
1,
crazy.
2, 3, 4 punch, man. I mean, you don't just keep going after that.
They were winning 3-0 with 10 minutes left in the game to advance, and a bad penalty cost them the series. So bad that the NHL apologized to Vegas at the refs, and the refs did not, since they huddled and still made a bad call. They did not get advanced to the next round, so the refs won't even get to be.
The refs should have been given their money back for that game too.
It was bad. It was a bad look all around. I mean, it sucks when a guy gets injured, but by the rule of the book, in watching what happened, it should have been a 2-minute penalty at the most.
Yeah.
And the first goal would have negated the penalty, and then everybody would have been back to even strength.
It seems to me that we're actually at a pretty good point. I know that we're already a game in the second round, but we're only one game in each corner of the bracket. So like hypothetically, let's play some bracketology real quick.
All right.
So I'm gonna just go ahead and jump out there and set an example for everybody because I know I'm right because I can always see the fucking.
What up, Bo Gabe?
Oh shit! I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, I was like, he's here.
Bo Gabe. Anyway, all right. So I got Dallas and Boston in the championship series.
Jesus. All right.
What do you think about that?
I think Boston's a solid
stretch.
Bet. Yeah, I think Boston's a solid bet out of the East, but I still like Columbus, even though they had a really good game last night. I think what exciting is Carolina and New York. We watched that game last night. The goalies were standing on their heads, Peter Mrazek and Robin Lehner. And that went to overtime in a 0-0 game, and it was a real fluky goal that got him past it. I'm excited for that series, and I don't know if you guys remember this, but in the West, I told you whoever wins Vegas, San Jose is my team, and so San Jose's out. Vegas is out, so San Jose's. I'm taking them all the way. I think it's going to be San Jose and Boston in the final.
Okay, rock and roll.
What do you think, Bob? He's writing him in as he.
I am. Am I right? I got St. Louis and San Jose on the West, for lack of a better word. I'm going to go with Boston and Carolina on the right.
All right, who's your championship game?
I think I'm going to go Boston, St. Louis.
All right. I like it. What do you think, Tony?
Oh, I'm with you, Cyrus. I like San Jose.
San Jose and Boston. Yeah. All right, cool.
So here's the thing. If it's shit, I just lost my bracket. If it's there it is. So if Boston is not the team, it's got to be the Hurricanes.
How's it not? I don't know. I mean,
how could the Miami Hurricanes possibly win an ice hockey game, Hank?
Carolina, yeah.
I said hurt.
I was trying to make a joke there. You guys slow.
Oh, it took me a minute.
Slow.
Damn it, good job. He got me. Rock Chalk got me.
Just trying to get Hank.
Hey, the old man humor. He's got it, guys. He's got it.
I tell you what, back in my day, we didn't even have to make.
Honestly, dude, I can't tell you how excited I am to see Dallas make it out of the first round, though. I'm excited for Dallas.
Surprised.
I'm excited for Columbus because God, they overcame. That was some David.
I'm excited for the 17 hockey fans out there in the world. It's so great. Way to go, guys!
Hey.
Woo!
Hey, we all play along with your master shit. You can play along with my hockey.
Oh, I love hockey.
Yeah,
I'm one of the 17.
All right.
So should we talk about the NFL?
Well, hang on. Before we go, I want to bring up one thing.
Oh yeah.
If you're a young kid, don't fuck with veterans in the playoffs because they'll feed you your lunch. Andrei Svechnikov.
Hey, we got that video.
Oh, dude.
Andrei Svechnikov found that out firsthand. He tried to tango with Alexander Ovechkin. 2 Russians. It was Russian on Russian crime. The young Svechnikov kid. He's 19 years old. He's in his first playoffs. This is his rookie season. I imagine he was looking up to Ovechkin probably growing up. He's chasing Ovechkin down. He's chirping him. He's swiping him with his stick. He's trying to get under his skin. Well, man, he woke the sleeping bear because he wanted to tango with Ovechkin. Ovechkin dropped the gloves and then 3-punch dropped Svechnikov, and Svechnikov was out of the damn series.
So I got you. Hey Jay, can I show this? Can I show this fight real quick? So check this out. So let me fast forward it so you can see.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, the kid was out.
So look at this. Look at this. They're just going to. Ovi looks at him and he says, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
He goes, "You want to go?" Look at this.
Yeah. See ya. Good night. He's sitting there stiff as a board, hands in the air. Yeah, you don't like to see that because you could tell he's fucking out cold. But
He relocated him to
Who
inside
doesn't like
the
to
ice.
see that?
yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying because you don't want him to be injured. Like, yeah, it was a fight.
You don't want him to be injured.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to humble a motherfucker, and that's what he just did. Ovi said, "Listen, motherfucker."
Concussions are a dangerous thing. We don't want to get into
Concussions are
CTE.
dangerous.
But, yeah,
but we're talking about hockey.
yeah.
I
These
probably
guys
had
know what
20
they get into.
concussions. Nothing wrong with
One
me.
more big thing before we move on from NHL, I do want to say Steve Eisman, after he
Back
built,
to Detroit, baby.
he built the powerhouse Tampa Bay team, and as soon as they got knocked out of the playoffs, he signs a contract to come back to Detroit and be our GM.
No way,
Fuck
really?
yeah, Steve
was
Eisman,
great.
welcome back, number
I like
19
that.
coming
I
home.
like
That's hilarious.
Thank you, Steve Eisman. We love you, and I'm glad you're back. All right, let's move on to the NFL, boys. There's a lot to
Because
talk
we can't
about.
talk about that enough.
Can I say something? Can I say something about the draft?
Sure.
I fucking hate the NFL draft. I think it's a big crock of shit. I mean, well, no. Actually, wait. Let me back this
Yeah,
up.
what part?
Let me rephrase this. I hate the coverage of the NFL. I love the draft. I hate the coverage of the NFL draft.
Yeah, they drag it on.
I just want Mel
forever,
Kiper
and,
to just say what he fucking thinks is gonna happen, post it online, and shut the fuck up. Sorry,
He has
sorry.
to tell everybody why he was wrong every time.
Pardon me. I had to get that out of my system.
It's okay. That'll happen. Hey, you know what? It's exciting. I'm excited, even though the Lions have been one of the probably the most scrutinized and worst drafters. They're up there with like New York Giants and Cleveland Browns, I think, because they just it comes with being a Detroit fan, I guess. So, but hey, you know what? Dallas. I was excited for Dallas's first round. Then I remembered, John Gruden's going to be making Dallas's first round.
John Gruden made 3 picks.
Tell you what, if I'm taking Amari Cooper and Tristan Hill, I don't know anything about that guy, but he looks good on the picture of the 40-yard dash.
Oh, he was a stud.
Tell you what, check this out, dude. We got 2 Jacksons. We got a Michael Jackson and a Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
You know that.
Love Jacksons.
I love
Give
Jacksons.
2 of the
Michael
Jacksons.
Jackson. You got a Michael Jackson.
So just to break down the top 10, Kyler Murray went number 1 to the Arizona Cardinals. Everyone kind of saw that coming. Arizona Cardinals quickly turned around and flipped Josh Rosen over to the Miami Dolphins for a second-round pick, I believe. So Josh Rosen, you had a season to try to prove yourself, and then they said, "Fuck you, you're out." Nick Bosa went number 2. No surprise there. Quinnen Williams number 3. And then Gruden went off the board a little bit with Clelin Ferrell, the DE out of Clemson. And Clemson had 4 guys on their D line that I expect to go to, be high draft picks.
Dude, that was James rocking a scooter hauling ass.
But that was a little bit of a crazy thing. But the big thing was that what's his name? Josh Allen slipped down to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
They rock.
Yeah, at number 8. Number 7, and I was super surprised by that because New York Giants picked Daniel Jones,
No kidding.
QB out of Duke.
Way
Everybody
early.
is
Smart guy,
freaking
smart
out.
kid.
They were,
Smart
Mel
kid.
Kiper predicted the Patriots to take him at
I want to
32.
apologize to Mel Kiper. I shouldn't have said
Jesus,
that about Mel
I
Kiper.
mean,
Suck it, Mel
New York
Kiper.
Giants
You're wrong
fans.
every
I'm
day.
sorry, boys, but
Suck it, Mel Kiper.
you guys had Dwayne Haskins on the board. You had,
Yeah,
Yeah,
went
that
to
was
the,
not
went
a
to
good
the
pick.
Skins, by the way.
yeah,
Look out for that.
and the
Hank.
Skins were talking about trading up to 7, 8, 9 to get Haskins, and then he falls to him at 15
Yep.
because the New York Giants took Daniel Jones. I mean, that was crazy. And then then it went Josh Allen to the Jags and T.J. Hawkinson, Ed Oliver. I mean,
Quinnen Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a crazy first round.
The first few picks were very predictable
Steelers-
until Andrew Jones.
The Steelers traded up to get Devin Bush, Michigan
Yeah,
boy.
I was kind of
Number
surprised by
10.
that
I was a
actually.
little bit surprised by that.
That was a big jump. They jumped up 10 spots to get Devin Bush. They got their guy though.
Yep.
And then I mean, there wasn't a whole lot crazy. I mean, like I said, the Redskins.
Where's
waiting it
Le'Veon
out.
Bell? Nowhere.
I'm sorry.
Where's Le'Veon Bell?
Oh, I don't fuck.
He's
was
nowhere,
the
right?
Jets. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, Jets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Woohoo.
He's in a motel somewhere with a hooker
Yeah,
trying to get
he's
through
in a
with the last of
Motel
his
6
cocaine.
in Newark, New Jersey,
Yeah, he
waiting
got
for the season to start.
I'm telling
yeah.
you, man. Waiting for his contract to give him another bonus so he can retire.
And then,
Yep.
Washington traded back up also to get back in the first round and take Montez Sweat, who
Yep.
a lot of people thought would be a top 15 pick, and he didn't. And then Jawan Taylor, the
Florida Gator.
Yeah, the tackle everyone expected him to be a top 10 pick. He slipped to the second round.
Yeah, and that was kind of
crazy.
ridiculous. But again, also went to Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's
winning.
This is one of those things where it's like, hey, they have all these fucking experts that say this and say that, and like all these people are projected to be
and
here.
That's what I mean about the coverage. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, like at a certain point, people, it's just a game, and who can bounce each other's conjecture and speculation off of the others. It's not. It's like, shut the fuck up. I mean, talk about team needs and leave it at that.
Yeah.
Like, do a mock draft for fun.
But this is what people
Don't do
like me
30
get
mock
up
drafts.
for. Like, we sit there and we can't wait until the draft. So we sit there and we
get
obsess
that.
over these mock drafts. And we're looking at all these things.
But
and we're
at
like,
a certain
I
point,
try not
is
to
it
look
any
at 'em.
different than masturbation? I mean, at a certain, you're roster baiting all over the place.
I am.
None of it makes
I do
sense.
it. I do it in the NHL.
Wow,
I do
I
it in
think
the
that's a
NFL.
new
Those are the only
term.
two things I do. I don't
So-
care about the NBA draft, and I don't
Right.
care about the MLB draft because there's 800 fucking rounds in the MLB
Cyrus,
draft.
I'm mad with you personally.
No,
It's
don't
you
do it.
personally that I'm talking about.
Don't
It's
do it.
you. I'm like Cyrus Gurr.
This is the type of things that get me up, man. I love it. I
Is
love
that right,
I love
baby?
mock drafts, and I mean, when you said you hated the draft, I was almost
I
angry.
was-
I almost dropped my mic and walked out of here.
I'm sorry. I was trying to talk about the coverage. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Well, yeah, because Mel Kiper's a fucking joke, and so
Well,
is
I mean, it's not just
Todd
Mel,
McShay.
It's the
Right.
I mean, like there are articles written about articles that are written about somebody else's mock draft. Then all of a
Yeah.
sudden you've got like 1,000 different haters commenting on each other. It's like shut the fuck up. Talk about what the team needs.
And-
talk about the future of the team.
and
then
once in
see
a
what
while-
happens. Nobody's ever going to see what's going to happen. Let's just see what happens.
Once in a while, Blind Squirrel finds a nut. He gets right in some things, but
Boys,
of
I
the
know one
things-
thing. I know one thing right now.
What's that?
The only thing I know that I've able to discern from this entire draft and everything that's transpired between 2 days ago and today is that the Chiefs may not even win the fucking division this year.
Oh, you want to talk about the Chiefs?
I would
Good,
Let's talk about
good
Tyreek
Lord
Hill.
Jesus.
Let's talk about
Tyreek Hill. I've said it before.
Can
I'm
y'all
saying
get
it
out of
again.
your way?
What are you doing? Stop
is a
beating
piece-
people.
a piece
Get
of
people
shit.
around you that refuse to allow you to beat your family. Get some help. Good Lord Almighty, Tyreek Hill. Get some help, you dumb bastard.
Damn.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, and you know what a situation. You know, KC went. You know, they're in the playoffs. They get to the Super Bowl. They do all that shit. Or it's
Almost Super
yeah,
Bowl.
almost
Fuck
Super
you,
Bowl.
Patriots.
They should have been in the Super Bowl. But yeah, anyway. So it's like, but you have halfway through the year, you have Kareem Hunt do a stupid fucking thing, and then you have in the
Tyreek Hill did this shit in college.
Tyreek Hill has
and
been.
We drafted him anyway.
Tyreek Hill has been in the news for a long time. He keeps messing up. Then you got D Ford lining up offsides.
Yep.
And I mean,
Who is no longer a
yeah,
Chief.
yeah. No, would they put him to the Jets or something like that?
49ers.
49ers. I mean, there was so much hype around KC, and I'm with you. I think this year it's going to be tough for him.
It's a kick in the dick, man, all
You're-
the way around.
You're lucky you got your franchise quarterback, and he's
Yeah.
only 2 years under contract.
And Kelsey
He's
is still
only
young.
2 years.
And,
yeah.
there are some other pieces, but
Good God.
God Almighty, man. Spencer Ware, he'll be a fine running back, I believe. But
Yeah.
now what do? Who's our fastest guy on the team? Probably Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes.
You know?
Hey, but you know what? Mahomes is a fucking stud. You guys
is.
are set for 15 years with Mahomes.
I get that, and I hope that.
Unless he does an
to be true,
RG3
but-
or something, I'm just. I think he's a
It's
smart.
just,
I think he's a
such
smart, good
such
quarterback.
a letdown to have all that talent,
talent?
all that everything, and then off season, you lose half of your freaking studs. you
And
know?
I think the NBA or the NFL has been for a long time now. They've been kind of lax on their letting guys get away with shit if they're good.
You know, I mean, if I'm
And-
a woman, how the hell do I even watch this freaking sport
That's
anymore,
what I'm
man?
saying,
I mean,
like-
it used to be about it was all cocaine, right? I mean, like we were talking about it before, right?
And
it was,
that's fine.
It was
80s
all
and
the
90s,
Cowboys
but
are
yeah.
getting really, really screwed up, and now it's all the Chiefs are beating the shit out of children and women.
yeah.
It's
I mean,
way worse than it ever was.
It's stupid,
absurd.
and I mean, really, I mean, like if you
I
ask
think
me-
it's more coming to light now because of social media and
It is,
stuff.
but
That's a
nonetheless-
big thing.
You're probably
Nonetheless,
right.
You're
But
probably right.
but that's fine because it should be. And people like this,
Teach your
people like this
fucking
fucking. If
athletes
the
how to
allegations
behave.
are true, people like this fucking goon shouldn't be in the league.
No.
Agreed.
Put that
Agreed.
bitch in prison.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
if it's true that he really hit his 3-year-old kid, punches him, brags about it, and he also, I mean, I heard
Prison.
dude,
And
straight
then
up.
tells his girlfriend, "Bitch, you need to be afraid of me too." Yeah,
Exactly.
you're fucking.
Exactly.
Is it true that he
Asshole.
broke
He's
his
on
kid's
tape.
arm? I don't know if
it's
that's
all
true or not.
speculation,
I
but I'm
haven't
saying
seen
like
that.
if it is true, yeah, you're.
What do you think
done.
out there, Facebook? Let me know here. I'm
Yeah.
watching your comments.
Exactly.
Come on, tell me something
But-
about. Tell me what you think about the violence in the NFL and the stupidity of people in the NFL.
And how to deal with it. I mean, and what
Give
Goodell.
us a solution.
Let's give
rid
ourselves
of
another
Goodell.
reason to boo
That's the
Goodell
first
for a
thing to
second, because I think if somebody is going to continually change their standards and continually, I mean, he set himself up through the negotiation with the NFLPA. He set himself up to be the judge,
one of
the
those as
jury,
well?
and everything in between. He's the attorney for. I mean,
You
shit.
open
I mean,
mine
he's.
for me, too?
I mean, he's. I'm sorry, he's not the attorney in the metaphor, but you know what I mean. I mean, it's like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand why this thing is. I understand that it's controlled more like a board, like
He's
a board
the
of
lead
owners.
arbitrator, and everything comes and goes through
Right.
him. It doesn't even go
So-
to a judiciary
so-
system.
and
at all,
so
unless it's a.
So from a parliamentary
State
standpoint,
crime.
right? I mean, basically the way that the NFL is monitored and run is you've got the ownership, and basically then you've got Goodell. Think of it as like Congress and the executive branch, and then you've got another house of Congress, which is the NFLPA. They're all in there for profit of the league. So at the end of the day, you don't have any outside of the league check on it because the customers themselves. I mean, you're not gonna. I mean, do you guys remember the ratings drop that happened in the NFL this past season?
Yeah,
You know,
because
every-
and
None
everybody
of the
blamed it
people
on
you
the
just
kneeling.
described
You know
have
what-
the player's
the
best
kneeling.
interest in mind.
You know exactly, and the NFLPA is close. But,
No,
but
they don't.
Hang on.
They have their pocketbooks.
Hang on
in
a
mind.
second. Wait. So about the ratings, the only real check on a behemoth like the NFL, and I love the NFL, man. I mean, the only real check on that is the customers. And even with the ratings drop, you know what happened? Like at the last third of the season, everybody was like, "Okay, we're done with our protests. I want to watch the damn game." And the ratings came back up, and they broke records again.
But you one of the things that kind of drove me crazy about that is because
Pretend
you
like
look
the
at-
kneeling
look
thing
at-
actually pisses you off.
Yeah,
No, it
that's what I'm
doesn't.
saying.
You just want to bitch
Right.
and moan about it, and then you want to fucking watch
because
football.
But you
It's
want
true.
this guy to conform to what you want, right?
It's
and
true.
we
I
can
respect it.
open
I'm
this
with it,
big
whatever, you know, like-
big fucking can of worms about that. But the thing is at a rudimentary level, the guy kneeling caused more of a rift than all these women and children beaters did.
It also
Actually,
caused
Right,
True.
which is hypocritical as some shit.
It's
Yes.
bullshit.
That
I
is
agree.
bullshit.
Hey,
I
on the
agree.
flip side, it also caused more of a rift than Junior Seau killing himself due to CTE.
The CTE,
which
yes.
should be a bigger thing than that.
That is
you
so
know?
true. That is so true. That's
Yeah.
so true.
Isn't it crazy?
So where's the check? How does it improve? If it is basically just like unbridled freedom of money to do whatever it wants to do, the only way for it to improve is the customer. And the customer only got pissed off about some stupid political
Yeah, well,
bullshit.
look who's
and they
in
don't even care
charge.
about the stuff that actually
The
matters.
customers
So at
still
the-
bought season tickets for the Cleveland Browns
Exactly.
for years when they won
Well, and
game.
here's another
So
thing.
that's
There
on
are-
us.
There are families that have been waiting in line for decades to get tickets to like the Packers or something, and then all of a sudden you pass that down from father to son. That's important shit. So we have to save this game. But how does it happen?
I don't know because there's very few things that'll get me to stop watching my team.
Yeah.
the
Uh,
Lions.
very few.
The
Hi,
Lions
Mom.
have been 0-16, and I stood behind them every fucking game. I
You and me
stood
both,
behind
man.
them. I watched every
Chiefs
fucking
mired
debacle.
in mediocrity for
and
years
I
and
still,
years.
I
Yep.
still will watch. Martha Ford, she's 90 years old. She has no fucking clue what she's doing. As an owner, she shouldn't be in charge of the Lions, but like here we are.
Who else is gonna do it?
Yeah, and I still will watch it and I can't even fathom switching my loyalties to a team. But if I did, it would be the KC Chiefs, which is ironic. Because,
yeah.
which is
Another one.
ironic because they fucking
it.
they're in their own middle
What about the
debacle right now
Cowboys,
with their fucking assholes. Like, you know, it's like
fuck the Cowboys.
it sucks because you want these guys just to act right. You want it. You don't want the controversy because it brings a bad light on the game you love so much. I mean, it's I don't know. We here at this stage will never figure it out.
I'm
But-
not in your guys at all because I don't watch NFL because I don't watch the kneeling
Yeah,
football league and
you're-
I haven't for
you're-
5 years.
yeah,
I
you're-
watch
you're a
college.
college guy,
I'm
yeah.
a college guy. So
Yeah.
'cause
I
those
hope
guys
it-
That's
play
hack
the
right for
game.
those of us.
I
that
hope
grew
every
up in
Florida guy turns out to be. I hope every Gator turns out to be a stud in the NFL because I do love the Florida Gator
fucking
teams.
Please.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Good God, man! What are you guys sharing?
I'm just
beds?
saying.
Listen to him. He
I
knows what
root.
he's talking
Hey,
about.
no. I root for every college kid that isn't an asshole to become
Exactly.
something because, like,
Right?
you know, it's a hard league. You know, it's.
Can I tell you one college kid I did not root for? Fucking Johnny Manziel.
Nope,
Yeah,
I did
well,
not root for that guy.
Didn't root for him.
And he's out of leagues to play for, so it
I
doesn't
rooted
matter.
for
think
Vince
we're
Young.
done. I think
Yeah,
there's
oh,
a flag
you-
football team he can play for.
That didn't work.
Okay.
You did all right.
Hey, did you root for Jamarcus Russell too? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. So speaking of the draft, we got to talk about some of the stupid picks that everybody made.
Oh,
right?
fuck.
We got to have some of them.
I don't even want to talk about the Lions. I'm going to stage
San
my mic.
Francisco wasting a 4th-round pick on a punter.
Oh,
Punter.
man. He better be a damn good punter.
I don't care if he's the best punter.
It's like your fantasy draft. Why do you waste any money on that? You can get that in the offseason. You don't need to draft an effing punter.
Do you remember?
That really is
All right,
funny.
so Oakland drafted Stephen Janikowski in the first round. Was it
Great
2002
I remember
or
that.
something?
And Seabass gave him 15 years of kicking that ball.
Yeah, he deserved it. I mean, but should he be in the first round? Probably fucking not.
Well, you know what?
Not.
They still went to a Super Bowl with him.
Hey, you might be able to get a serviceable kicker that is not as good, but probably still damn good in the 7th round still.
I could get Johnny the ball holder to kick, some
then
games.
Shit, we can get Xavier to do it. He
and
can
then you
punt a
got,
ball
yeah,
60 yards.
yeah, Xavier,
And then you
Mr.
got
46-yarder. Yeah.
And then he got how far did he kick it? Like 10 yards?
About 12 and a half yards.
He kicked about 20 yards to the left.
Oh yeah, so it wasn't straight and it went 20 yards. Yeah,
It was more to the left than it was forward.
Hayden can kick it 20 yards. Xavier,
No,
Hayden can
but
kick
a
it 20 yards.
4th-round pick on a kicker of any kind, kicker and/or
Yeah, that's
punter, is
insane.
X, I hope you're
stupid.
watching X. I hope he's watching this.
but
Where's he at?
For one, get an offensive player that'll get you a first down so you don't have to punt.
Also, just no, I'm with you. And was it
what
three
the fuck?
years ago? I think Tampa drafted a kicker in the 2nd round, Roberto Aguayo or whatever.
We're not even talking about a kicker.
and
We're
that
talking
guy-
about a guy who can't possibly score points for your team.
I mean-
all he does is kick
a
the ball
punter.
to the other team.
A punter, yeah.
Punter, not
I
a
mean,
kicker.
Is
A
he
kicker I
is
can
he the
see.
next coming of the best punter in the world?
That
Hang on
would
a
be
second.
You get the
great
next out of
guy.
Vinatieri, he wins
Can
a
I play
couple
devil's
Super Bowls,
advocate?
then yes.
Yeah, that's
And
here,
no,
Hank.
he's not.
So all right, let
Giving the
let
floor
us-
to Hank.
Let us not forget, ladies and gentlemen, that the punter is a critical part of your
Yeah,
game
coffin
plan.
corner,
If your
boys. Coffin
offense
corner.
sucks, it is.
Well, I mean, even if your offense sucks, you still got to get the ball to the other team. And I mean, when you think about it, they generally get 1/4 of all the downs you got, unless you're making first downs. And if your offense sucks, so I mean,
But has anyone ever drafted a punter higher than
You
Actually,
honestly-
yes. The answer is yes.
Do you think the
They
Patriots
drafted
would
a
ever
punter
even
higher than
draft
third
a
round
punter?
before?
No.
Yes.
So,
And that
so
would be
also,
Oakland, who got Ray Guy, who is the best punter ever.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Wait,
They-
Marquise
but-
King, right? Wasn't he? Oh no, is he a kicker or is he a punter? Yeah. Anyway,
well,
it is what it is.
so anyway, it's really fucking stupid.
I'll take this. I'm gonna hijack this
Well,
because I'm gonna hijack the fuck out of it because the Lions, the fucking Lions,
let's
had the
see what they got.
44th.
Let's see what
I think it was the 44th pick in the draft.
This year?
The 2nd round. And it was they first off they drafted the T.J. Hawkinson, tight end out of Iowa, and the number 8 pick. If Josh Allen was there and they took him, like that's fine. But
Yeah.
he wasn't there. Jacksonville took him right before that. So they took T.J. Hawkinson. The guy's supposed to be Rob Gronkowski light. We'll see. Whatever. I can't
Rob
argue the
Gronkowski
value
light?
because they
I
did
didn't like that.
That's what I
That's
want
all
to
right.
draft.
because I mean because he's a stud blocker and he catches everything thrown his way and he's 6'8". He's a matchup nightmare. Whatever. That's
don't think
fine.
anybody
I'm okay
ever
with it.
called
Everybody had him in their
Gronk
draft
as
board
Jordan
at 10, and we're talking about draft boards, whatever. So this guy that they drafted in the 2nd round.
Jelani Tavai, linebacker, Hawaii.
Yeah, so Jelani Tavai, linebacker, Hawaii. All right, so they take this guy in the 2nd round. He's in the 45th overall pick. This guy, not rated on an ESPN big boards.
Nope.
He was rated. I think they had him as like the 150th best linebacker or something like that. Something fucking crazy. They take him in the 2nd round. ESPN doesn't even have a highlight package on him because they don't know who the fuck he is.
It's Hawaii. They can't project. Off
This
the
guy,
satellite.
I think on most like big boards, like the most in-depth big boards, had this guy at 4th or 5th round max. They had him at a 4th, and we took him 2nd round, number 43 overall.
Yeah.
Do the Lions have a
Bad-
song? Do the
bad-
Lions
Holy
have like
shit!
a?
And you
bad
know what?
pick.
And you know what? Bob Quinn's response
Quinn?
was, who's our GM,
anybody
our
see
fucking
Bob's
our great GM. He said this guy fit our system, and we wanted to grab him. Fuck! This guy would have been there at least in the 5th round.
Could have grabbed
It
him
doesn't
outside of
matter
the
if
draft.
He fits your
No
system.
shit.
It
Absolutely
doesn't
would've
matter.
been
No
there.
one was jumping
God
over
damn.
you to get him. You could have taken him in the 5th round. At the very least, the 4th round.
Hey, but you got him. You got him locked in,
Hey.
and you get to pay him a lot more money than
more
you had
money.
to.
Hey,
It's
Greedy
a lot more
Williams,
pineapples than
Greedy
he
Williams,
deserved.
DK Metcalf, all these guys still on the board, and we take
Don't need him.
linebacker out of Hawaii
Didn't fit your
because
system,
he
my
fits
friend. Didn't
Matt
fit your
Patricia's
system.
fucking system. Fuck you, Xavier. Take Matt Patricia back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
This is your
buddy.
fault, Xavier.
Oh no.
God damn.
All right. So
I'm off my fucking Lions soapbox.
a reminder to all of our beloved viewers out there.
Oh, the
Wait, say it again?
Giants, man.
I think it's the Giants taking. And time will tell, but I think the Giants taking Daniel Jones was one of the worst picks I've ever seen.
So a quick reminder to our beloved viewership that as we start the show off with a disclaimer every single time, that's what it's for. So in case you have any issues with profanity, we do apologize.
I'm sorry, Mom, if you're watching.
We're not actually
I
sorry.
know you don't
Fucking
really care.
Joe off.
I really apologize to my grandma because she watches us now.
Grandma's fine, man. You don't
And my
think your
grandma-
grandma
and
said
my-
a word or two in her day? Come on.
No, but my grandma told me, like, she said, if you swear, that this means you're not smart enough to find a better word to say. So you're right, Grandma, and I'm sorry.
Grandma, sometimes you're right, and sometimes you just got to say, yeah, fuck that.
Well, here.
Sorry, Grandma.
But I'll certainly cheers to fuck the Patriots, though. Yeah, fuck the Patriots. All day. Yeah. Hell yeah, Bert knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, you guys are gonna hate
Indubitably.
this. You guys are gonna hate this. But
There's a
New
four-letter
England
word
actually
for
had a
you,
great
Grandma.
draft once again.
Yeah, New England always has a great draft because Bill Belichick
Great
is an evil
draft.
genius.
3 third-round picks, and they nailed them all.
And they nailed it. I mean,
Yeah,
let me
that
pull it up.
kid they drafted at the end of the first round.
Can
I
we
saw
just
I saw
stop?
his highlight package. What is his name?
serious.
Canelian something. Like he came out of a small school, and I watched his highlight package. It was fucking insane.
so-
Henry
N'Keal
Harry out of Arizona State.
Yeah.
He's a Sun Devil. This kid,
Jawan Williams, Chase
wild.
Winovich.
He's catching everything.
fucking juggles it.
They absolutely
He's a
nailed
fucking
it.
guy.
Hey,
He's
fellas,
a player.
you guys got anything to say? We got a guest mic, and we're
I
running
think
out of
I think
fuel.
as far as the NFL is concerned, there's only one real thing we can say is that Belichick is just a fucking nightmare for every other team because this guy, it doesn't matter where he drafts. He trades out of first-round picks all the time.
Let me ask
He's
you
always
this.
drafting at the bottom of the first round, and yet he still puts together a fucking team that's a nightmare matchup for
Oh,
everybody.
fuck yeah.
And I don't know how the fuck he does it,
So
but I want it.
I want
And
it.
Matt Patricia's not the guy.
And Matt Patricia, damn. Ooh.
Dude, we had
love
Romeo
it.
He's not after
Crennel.
the first season and not after this fucking
We
draft.
had a Belichick disciple, Romeo Crennel, for a while. We had
Hey,
the
Belichick did
offensive
draft a punter.
coordinator. We had a couple of his guys. None of them have ever panned
Have you
out.
ever seen the tree of the people that came out from underneath
It's
Belichick?
a beautiful
It's
tree.
insane.
But
Phrasing.
none of them have been a great head coach.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Dungy was under him at one point, wasn't he?
Well,
Or-
did
or
he?
no,
Yeah.
was that?
maybe.
I don't know.
Fuck,
I'm doing my best Quagmire
Cleveland
impression.
was like a hub for a lot of these guys at the beginning. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Real quick,
Captain Rod
guys.
in the house.
Doug Baldwin. I hope he can still play. Seattle Seahawks
What up, brother?
wide receiver. I heard he might be not
dun,
be able to play.
dun, dun,
And going back to
dun.
college for you. Dabo Sweeney,
For
not
you.
specifically for you,
Dabo.
but Dabo Sweeney just signed a $100 million deal to stay Clemson's head coach pretty much for life.
Yep.
So, good job, Dabo
They were
Sweeney.
worried about
Hey,
him
man.
going to Alabama.
Hey,
You know
Hey.
what? One more thing about college football. Jalen Hurt at Oklahoma. I saw
Yeah.
him in the spring game. Looked fucking good, dude.
Yeah,
that's
look
a
at all the
scary
guys-
scenario
How many
right
guys
there.
transferred to Oklahoma and it turned out all right?
A
right?
hand damn full.
Came out of
Yep.
Texas schools or Alabama school in this
Yep.
case. What was it? Is it Manziel? Or no, I'm sorry.
No.
It was sorry. Fucking the guy that the
What's that, Mushmouth? One more time?
Cleveland's quarterback right now.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking about
By the way,
Baker
Oklahoma's
Mayfield.
had the first
You're
two
talking about Baker
picks
Mayfield.
in the
Baker
last
Mayfield,
two
thank
drafts.
you. I confused Baker Mayfield and Johnny Manziel because of their cockiness.
Ah, well, that's
So
weird.
Baker Mayfield also transferred out of was it Tech to
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yep.
Kyler Murphy transferred out of A&M to
Yep.
Oklahoma,
Yep.
and Jalen Hurts transferred out of Alabama to Oklahoma.
Telling you.
I think we're going to see another first-round pick.
And it's not even the Bob Stoops
number
era.
one
It's,
pick in the last
you know.
two drafts has been an Oklahoma quarterback.
Yep.
And I think
Jalen
the
Hurt
third
looked
one's gonna be
insane for
next year.
Alabama before
Jalen Hurt was
Tua
great for
Tagovailoa
Alabama.
or whatever
Yeah.
came out. Like, I mean,
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he was good.
that's crazy. So yeah, I don't got much else, boys.
Boys,
Hank,
I'm about
Hank,
done.
You've
I
been
gotta-
kind of silent down there. You got
I
one?
gotta use
Give
the restroom.
us your final thoughts, Hank.
I'm looking through the. I found this article on WalterFootball.com. I don't know what it is. Anyway, it's basically
Walter Football is actually a very reputable mock draft place.
Really? Okay. Well,
Yes.
so I found the perfect fucking place. So anyway, so I'm looking through it and basically like
That's some good looking
almost
other big
all these damn.
Yeah.
I'm looking at draft grades, right? Pick by
Okay.
pick draft grades.
Yeah.
You know, looking at D plus, all blah blah blah. Anyway,
You're looking at the first round analysis, or
I'm
or
looking
total.
I'm going through all of it, and
Okay.
I'm already annoyed.
Winners and losers of the draft so far.
Well, apparently he's judging himself as a winner or loser most of the time because he's basically judging it on whether or not he called it correctly.
Oh.
Which is the most fucking annoying thing ever.
yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
And according to this,
that's Mel Kiper
the
light.
Patriots have an A- draft grade thus far.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
And the
Cocksuckers.
Patriots drafted a punter, so
Yeah.
Yes, but it was number 9 of the
Yeah.
draft picks. Number 9. That's
Pick
where you're supposed to
100
pick one. Number 9, not number
167.
4.
Hey, that's better than what they drafted Tom Brady, who was 199th. So
Right.
Yep.
well,
All right, boys.
You're
I got to get to doing something here.
Tony's got to
fucking
piss.
A. Hey,
Tony's
lucky
been-
episode number 13,
Lucky
boys.
13.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, and real quick, I just want to tell y'all, please, if you're in South Texas and you enjoy watching us, or even if you don't fucking enjoy watching us, if you think we're assholes,
Come down and yell at us.
down
Mock
and tell
us
us,
ridiculously,
hey,
please.
you guys are assholes. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Come down and sit here and
You
talk
got something to
us.
say? Get your
Because we'll
ass up
do
here
it.
and talk on the mic. Come on, bring it.
If you don't like it, you can shove it. But you don't like it, you love it.
Yo.
Give me the final minute.
Yeah, I got.
Bob has the final minute.
Yeah, Bob has the floor, boys. I'm turning my mic off.
All right, next week's show, everybody. For people that don't know, next week is
Mint
May
Julep
4th.
Day.
Mint Julep, which means Kentucky Derby. We're going to do a Kentucky Derby show.
Big
So
hats for
everybody
everyone.
get in there, look at the horses, take your picks. I've got mine here. I'm not going to give them away until
Bob, I'm taking the
next
green and white
week.
checkered
So why do you have them
saddle.
written down right in front of you if you're not going to give them away?
I'm not giving them away. I'm not giving them away. I
But
know
he is-
who's going
but
to
he is
win. I already
selling them
know
for
who's gonna
$5
win. But anyway,
a pick.
Wait,
Kentucky Derby.
I want to bet on it though. Sorry, I took my
go.
mic out of retirement. I'm back in.
We're going to do the show. We're going to do it before the race.
We're doing the show
obviously.
during and before the
Nobody
race.
wants to bet on the damn Spurs Nuggets game, but you guys
No, I'm with you.
oh,
I
but
took
horse
it.
racing-
But
Oh,
no,
the
that's right.
problem is we're aligned together.
I'm not
I want
taking
the
that
Spurs to
bet.
also win.
All right.
deal 20.
Yeah,
Peas
this
took
asshole put
20
20
on
on it.
So, yeah, we'll talk about the NBA and we'll talk about the NHL, but Kentucky Derby. Wear your hat, come down to the show, and watch it.
Mint Julep special at the exchange.
Hey,
Yes.
also, I just want to let you guys know I have 16 dicks coming down for a bachelor party, and we're gonna have a
Interesting way to phrase it.
yeah. We're gonna have a derby party. It's gonna be a derby bachelor party. We're gonna be wearing fucking derby
Hats.
jackets. We're gonna have blazers. We're gonna have fucking nice hats. I've got it's called Guns N' Roses fucking derby jacket. This thing is amazing. You guys need to bring a derby blazer. Don't show up to this set looking like you do right now.
I'm just going to bring the
All
green
right?
jacket.
Sounds like Cyrus is bringing a bag of dicks.
Oh
in
yeah, I'm
exchange.
bringing all the
Kind of
dicks.
sound like dicks.
But hey, dress up for the derby, boys. Act
All
like
right,
you're
folks,
in Kentucky.
thanks for watching. That's been BSNS for this 13th episode, Saturday, April 27th.
Dude, that was
We will
Kicks
see
of the
you
day,
again
boys. Kicks of the
Saturday,
day.
April 4th for the Kentucky Derby.
like 'em.
3 or 4 or 5.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. Whatever time we start.
Hank, you want
Thanks, guys.
You want in on the kicks of the day? What do you got? What do you got? A nice Chinook
Oh, yeah.
sandal
No,
or?
I got you.
I'm going to show you the kicks of the day.
I got some Sanooks.
Oh, we got 1, 2, and let's go 3 for 3 on the sandals.
These are reef
for 4.
sandals, by the way.
By the way, people, don't forget to get your feet pedicured. It's the best thing you can do for yourself.
Oh, don't listen
Hey,
to
put
him.
your
He
foot
paints
up
his
there. Let
nails.
everybody see
He
your beautiful
paints his
foot.
nails. God damn. Good Lord. Not even a good color. Doesn't match his eyes at all.
Eat a dick, Bob.
Thank you, everybody, for watching us.
Sorry.
Good night. Or good evening. Good afternoon.
Right, 13th episode. All right, let me turn this out. Hey, you know what we didn't talk about, which kind of surprises me? How come we never talk about, like, sports psychology? Yeah, sports psychology, right? Teens pay big money for psychologists and stuff, right? I mean, seriously, sports psychology, right? You know, just got to bring it up, right? You know, 1 in 3 people are crazy, right? The guy that walks in and shoots everybody, right? So, you know, so I want all the people out there still listening to do me a favor. I want you to look to your left. I want you to look to the right. And if they look normal, you're it.
Good night and good luck.